Not sure how you guys are supposed to know about this, but I'm reading fatal warning issued recalls across the entire United States. We're talking about stuff that is in everybody's home, from cheese, muffins, apple juice. And after we go through the fatal recall type of items, I'm gonna tell you guys about the 15 most affected states in the United States affected by recalls today. What you guys should be aware of right now, coming right up. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. When you read headlines like this, fatal warning issued, cheese recalled across the entire United States. Folks, there's a lot of people that eat cheese. And even when you go to restaurants, a lot of the things you order has cheese. And when the USDA and FDA are involved, and we read headlines like fatal warning, I can't help to think how many people don't even know about this. So with that, please share this video out, hit the like button so that it's spread vastly, so we're all doing our part on spreading awareness. First one that's got my attention because of the fatal warning issued. Kenny's Farmhouse Cheese has served everyone cheese needs for almost 30 years. However, the company has recently come under fire due to some cheese being recalled, which has resulted in fatal warnings being issued. Some of the cheese was found to have Listeria, monocytogenes, a bacteria that can cause severe infections in those who consume it. Lots of folks eat cheese. Some people are more susceptible to these infections than others, and it's important to know who these people are and what can be done about the cheese. And how about this? Another one affecting people nationwide. 137,000 cases of popular frozen treat were just recalled nationwide. Another thing to think about is notifying caregivers, because caregivers do all the shopping, right? A reminder for caregivers to be hyper cautious for foods given to kiddos, including kiddos. A reminder to caregivers to be hyper cautious of foods given to kiddos who may have allergies. Today's Popsicle has announced a recall of single-serving ice pops due to the presence of major food allergen that was not listed on the label. And we're seeing this more and more. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has announced a recall of 137,000 cases of Popsicle Jolly Rancher frozen collection pops sold between February 1st and August 15th of the year because it might contain milk which wasn't listed on the label. It adds people that are sensitive to milk run the risk of serious of life-threatening allergen reaction possibly if they consume this product. Another one to be aware of. Anyone eating any muffins out there? That's right, metal contamination. And before I dive into that one, you guys see me, I'm bundled up. Are you guys experiencing a very odd August? In my history of Augusts are usually hot. Last night it got into the 40s here. Pretty chilly. Let me know down in the comments what type of weather you guys are experiencing and if it's abnormal. Muffin recall update as FDA sets risk level over metal contamination. Folks, these are just coming in. And like I said before, I don't understand how there's a lot of folks out there that don't get these notifications, and they're all the time. All the time. More than 1,000 L&B Beauty Morning Glory muffins products recalled after this year has been given a Class 2 risk definition by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. These things are made in Minnesota and were in fact found to contain metal according to the FDA. And when I say metal, it's serious. Listen to this. Hard or sharp foreign objects in the food may cause traumatic injury, including lacerations and perforation of tissues of the mouth, tongue, throat, stomach, and intestine, as well as damage to teeth and gums. Are you serious? I've said it before. A lot of these huge companies that are owned by the one big umbrella, they put profit over people. A lot of times quality and good quality ingredients are thrown out the window because that's not the agenda of big box. Now I want to cover a couple more, and then I want to tell you guys the 15 most impacted states so you're aware. But first, I know all you guys are into preparedness, awareness, and I found something that was pretty cool. As you see behind me, a bunch of different types of food preps, right? Now, I'm not sure if you guys eat sliced peaches. You could buy these at the grocery store, but it's not what you think it is. We all have a little bit of James Bond or MacGyver in our systems, and we like to hide stuff, right? So if you're like me, you're gonna find this kind of cool. Right down here, these are pretty nifty. Maybe you want to hide stuff. Maybe you want to hide a couple $1,000s. Maybe you want to hide some jewelry. This is pretty cool. Comes with a little bit of oxygen absorber in there, but just like that, it closes right there. And you could put this up in your cabinet or in your preps, you know. Maybe you guys are into whole corn. Look, non-GMO. And in this one, maybe you've got a few extra rounds, you know, a whole thing of rounds there with a little oxygen absorber. But I just thought that these things were super, super cool. I don't think you're gonna find these. I doubt it's made in America. I found them on Amazon. Again, there's certain things that you're just not gonna be able to get outside of Amazon. But, oh look, made with real sea salt, natural sea salt. I just thought that this would add to your guys' preps, and I find this kind of stuff kind of cool. And they're cheap. So I will leave a link to these secret little things that nobody's even gonna know. I mean, it's the real deal. So I'll leave a link to these down in the comments, the pinned comment, and the top of the description if you guys need to have these. Okay, I've been meaning to plug those things for a while, so I just threw it in this video. Let's keep moving on. Okay, another one I thought was super important is apple juice. Of course, sold at Walmart, recalled due to high arsenic levels. So it says U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has posted that great value apple juice sold at Walmart stores in several states have been recalled by Florida Refresco Beverages U.S. Incorporation. FYI, those guys are huge. Why, you might ask? Because it contains arsenic above action levels set in industry guidance 13.2 ppb. And FYI, a lot of these things that are not good for you, we're talking about toxins, are allowed to a certain level in food and beverages. So this one happens to be too much arsenic that we supposedly can handle. The government agency has not released images of the packaging yet, but it has relayed some information about the product in question. Again, it's great value, 100% apple juice, you know, with a little bit of arsenic. Sold in 6-pack, 8-ounce plastic bottles. Right there, you can see the UPC code. And the best used by December 28 of 2024. Anyway, if you guys have got that, check into it because it's affecting Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, basically all the states. And I'll tell you what, I personally cut anything great value out of my regimen a long time ago. Okay, so I know some of you guys are wondering, are your states more susceptible for recalls and should you be more on alert? Let's go over real quick the 15 states most impacted by food recalls today. And real quick, let me add this level of safety recalls that would be helpful for you guys to know regarding class 1, 2, and 3. Both USDA and FDA distinguish between class 1, class 2, and class 3 food recalls to signify the level of risk associated with each. Class 1 recalls are for the most hazardous products, which have a higher risk of causing serious adverse health consequences or death, while class 2 recalls have more moderate risk and a class 3 recall has minimal risk. Might I add, just from 2020 to 2023, we have seen an increase of recalls by 20%. I would say this is a problem that's getting worse, not better. More reason for you guys to watch people like us on YouTube because we're gonna tell you about stuff like this when who should be telling you isn't telling you. Number 15 is Indiana, impacting the state by 27.7%. Number 14, Michigan, impacting the state's residents 28.2%. Number 13, New Jersey. I know we got a lot of folks from New Jersey here on the channel. Recalls impacting state's residents 28.9%. Number 12, North Carolina, share of all recalls impacting state's residents 29%. Number 11, Wisconsin, share of all recalls impacting state's residents 29.1%. As you can see, this is getting worse and worse. So can't imagine to see what number 1 is. Big question is number 1 your state? Number 10, Virginia, shares of all recalls impacting state's residents 29.2%. Number 9, Georgia, share of all recalls impacting state's residents 29.4%. Number 8, my home state, Washington, impacting states residents 29.4%. As you guys can see, that is a picture of Mount Rainier in the background. Number 7, Ohio, recalls impacting states residents 30.8%. Number 6, Florida. Also, a lot of people watching this channel are from Florida. Say hello to the Florida peeps. Impacting states residents 33%. Number 5, another place with a lot of community members here on this channel, Texas. Share of all recalls impacting the state's residents, 34.5%. Number 4, Illinois. Recalls impacting state's residents, 34.8%. Number 3, Pennsylvania. Impacting state's residents, 35.8%. About to see the top 2 worst states. Is it your state? That's the big question. Coming in at number 2, New York. Also, a lot of folks from New York here in our community. Share of all recalls impacting the state's residents, 36.4%. Drum roll. Number 1, worst state, California. Big surprise. In fact, we've got a lot of good folks down in California that aren't very happy with California, but no big surprise to any of us that California takes the cake with this one. With the share of all recalls impacting the state's residents, 39.8%. That is almost 40%. That's a lot of people right there. And to think about, California leading the way on a lot of the so-called, what some people would say, propaganda that we all eventually have to deal with, that most of us don't like. And their reputation in this category is the worst. And if you guys found these things super cool, hide some jewelry, money, or other things, I'll leave a link at the top of the comments, also at the top of the description. If you guys want more good information that affects you guys, try out one of these 2 videos that you may have missed. Please share, like, comment, helps out the channel. And as always, I will keep it coming your way. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.